The main lesson out of the book is that employee freedom is the key to employee creativity, which is what drives innovation in all organizations.
The book teaches a simple but counterintuitive methodology or framework, which is basically that you can increase talent density in your organization, you can increase candor, and after you've done those things, that you can start releasing management controls, which then allows the organization to give employees a lot more freedom.
I think the most important thing that I would hope that leaders in particular take from my book, business leaders, political leaders, is that, financial disasters are not acts of God. They're not things that just sort of strike like lightning out of the blue. They form out of sets of circumstances that, though they don't repeat themselves exactly, are recognizable. It's, the old saying, history doesn't repeat itself, but it knows the chords. That's certainly true in financial history as well.
I think one of the key lessons from Flash Crash is to underestimate people at your peril. Navinder Sarao, if he'd gone for a job interview at a major investment bank or a hedge fund, probably wouldn't have got very far. And ultimately, he makes these kind of unfortunate decisions that land him in a lot of difficulty. But you have to wonder, if his talents and his abilities were harnessed in a different way, who knows what he could have gone on to do.
You need to start thinking of these technology giants as societal forces, not just businesses. We need to interrogate the measures that we use to determine success in the business world and think about whether they're appropriate for these companies that are increasingly shaping our society.
Samsung Rising can teach us some really interesting lessons about the importance of creating a strong, healthy corporate culture and having good leadership, ethical leadership that can oversee a company. And that's because Samsung is a company that's built on a very cohesive, loyal corporate culture that made the company successful, but at the same time has had its failings because the leadership has been in and out of the courts and in and out of prison for various white-collar crimes that's hurt the company quite a bit.
We need to restructure our trade relationships in ways that economies can grow more quickly without the need of very rapidly rising debt.
Global prosperity is not a scarce resource that needs to be fought over. In fact, we as a species have collectively been living below our means for decades. We can all live better. We simply need to choose to do so. But that requires abandoning the zero-sum mindset that characterizes both the trade wars and the class wars.
It's an article of faith among technology firms, people that have kind of bought into the cult, the gospel of disruptive innovation, something I've written about before, that the past doesn't matter, that history is meaningless, because the work of disruptive innovation is to blow up the present and create a new future. And that's not only wrong, just empirically wrong, it's ethically utterly indefensible. And that's the lesson of my book.